Hey, you guys. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing okay. I've been getting better. I've been sick, and that's mostly why you haven't heard from me for at least a week. But surprise! I actually I've had these journals in my brain for quite a while, like literally exactly how I was going to put these together, what I wanted them to look like. That it's been in my head for quite a while since I got these books. So these are like an encyclopedia set. What was a lot of the stuff has rubbed off of the spine, so you can't really see. But what was the name of these again? Something pictured. Pictured knowledge is what they were called. Yeah, there's only like a couple that you can see. You can still see the writing on the spine. Anyway, but I just thought these were absolutely gorgeous, these covers, because I loved this, this kind of scrolly decorative frame. And this is where it said pictured knowledge, right underneath this frame. And I just thought that was perfect for these little Tim Holtz little foil frames. And I thought it would be fun to just do like a little collage and frame them. So so that's what I did. Anyway, they were super fun to make. I'm sorry that I didn't do any process videos or anything while I was working on these, but I just really wasn't feeling good. Well, I mean, I was feeling okay, but I just sounded terrible. Like I was coughing and just sneezing and stuffy, and I lost my voice for a couple days. Anyway, feeling a lot better though. Anyway, so I was going to do this collaging in here and then fill it like with resin or something. And then I thought, no, I can't do that because I was just too afraid that something was going to go terribly wrong. So what I did was I sprayed them with that, I showed it to you guys on another video. I forgot the name of it. Dang it. I always forget everything. Anyway, it's just like a high gloss, spray coating. And it actually says triple thick, although it's not the liquid triple thick that we like to use that comes in a bottle. It's actually a spray can. Anyway, so I just had fun making those, and I just sprayed them. So they're glossy. They're kind of glossy. There's two where I put a piece of acetate over it instead of, like, this one has some acetate on it. You can kind of see the reflection of it, I think there's only two that have the acetate, and the rest of them I decided to spray. I just didn't like I mean, I don't terribly dislike it or anything, but you can kind of hear it, like if you rub it. And I thought over time it could get scratched. So anyway, so there's two of them that do have the acetate. Anyway, so not supposed to point out the things that, you don't like or whatever. But anyway, but the rest of them are sprayed. This one, and then I think there's one other. I don't know if maybe I did 9 of these guys altogether. Actually, I think there's only that one that has the acetate layer on it. Okay, so moving forward. And then I did do the little drawer pull closure with the elastic. And then I just I did a couple little like pressed flowers and my mom's got a bunch of like miniature roses out in the front yard. And last year when I was crazy about pressing flowers, I cut a bunch of the little tiny sets of leaves and pressed those. So there's some little tiny little rose leaves and stuff in there. And then I just added like a little word and used the, I used those big, these guys as my, my little anchors to hold this down, and then to hold the little frame on the front. So anyway, I'm just really happy with how these turned out, and I think they're just, I don't know, kind of elegant in a way, Anyway, so each one has a different charm. I just went super simple with the charms. I didn't want to do anything really elaborate. But I did have two of these little, it's like a locket watch. Okay. You can get these at Hobby Lobby, by the way. Anyway, so two of them have one of, and it's an actual watch, like it's a little clock that works. And then you just press the top here to open it, and it's got a cute little butterfly on the front. See it? It's super cute. And see the second hand moving. Anyway, so a little clock. I don't like how this looks, having this on there, but anyway, and in the back. So I did actually spray the covers with a very light coating of that same glossy spray, but I just did one coat, and I did it really light, just to, they kind of had this like haze on them, sort of like this kind of white sort of haze. It wasn't mold or anything. It was just, I just think it was maybe like some oxidation or something on the coating in the paint or whatever that was on here originally. Anyway, so when I sprayed it, I did spray them with a matte coating, and the matte coating actually made it worse. Like they all came out kind of like chalky white. So then I just did the glossy coating, and that just really shined them up and preserved them. And I also didn't want this gold leafing, decorative stuff to start wearing off more. So anyway, so they are protected. I did coat these. So let's look through a couple of them, and then I'll show you the charms and the frames on each one. But let's go ahead and just kind of flip through one of them. So you have an idea of what's inside and how I put them together. This one, it happens to be book number 4, and I used a little skeleton key on this one. This is the only one that has a skeleton key on it. This was the only small skeleton key that I had left. The rest of the ones I have are pretty big. So anyway, so I'm gonna have to do something else with those. But I had one small skeleton key left, so this one got a skeleton key. Okay, so these are sort of like, I call them junk folios, because they're kind of like I wanted to put together a collection of a lot of the ephemera stuff that I've already scanned, that, like the originals. I wanted to put together some of that stuff to share with you, the originals. And, I was thinking about just doing like some kind of bundle or something like that, but then I wanted to use them in journals, and so I wanted to use that stuff in journals, but I also wanted to make sure that I was able to preserve them for myself by scanning a lot of that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff in here that I've had for a few years that are actually like digitals that are in my shop and stuff, and that I also just have stored on my computer. But anyway, so I'm kind of blabbering, but okay, so I've had lots of requests for Lapbooks, and I've had people say, you know, because I'm kind of like, I don't really know what the definition of a Lapbook is. I've seen lots of people's Lapbooks, but I don't know like what the parameters are. You know what I mean? Like what qualifies something as a Lapbook. So I don't know. I just kind of, you know what I mean? It's hard to explain. So anyway, so that's why I sort of call them junk folios, because I've made journals before that were kind of like a supply type journal, you know, geared more towards, you know, consumable pages like that you could use in other journals or whatever, just kind of like as a place to store things, you know. Anyway, so I wanted to have pockets in the front that were like full size, and I was gonna just, how this kind of came about, I was trying to come up with a way to cover the inside of the spine using file folders, and also to use the file folder at the same time as a pocket on the front and back cover. And then I realized that the way that I had cut the file folders, they fit perfectly on the covers. Okay, so I thought, oh, well, if I just take the file folder and fold it up, you know, fold this end in and fold this end in, then it fits perfectly on that cover. So it took a lot of engineering to get this done, because I had to put the frames on, and I had to put the frames on before I could put the flip out, you know, pocket on. And then I wanted to do some stitching on the sewing machine. So I did do a row of stitching all around the edge of the cover. I didn't do this part, but my machine just wouldn't go through that much thickness, but for some reason it didn't mind going around this way. Anyway, I have 3 sewing machines I need to take to the shop. 3 sewing machines I need to take to the shop now. But anyway, so this is actually stitched on there. And just so you know, I use that fabric glue, this tear mender glue, to glue these on to the covers. And I tell you what, this stuff is amazing, the way it will adhere paper to fabric or fabric to fabric really fast, like really fast. And it's really durable. Like, it takes a little while for it to set, and it's kind of rubbery almost. It's kind of weird, but you know, it was hard to get this file folder, you know, because this is almost like a journal cover, right? It was really hard, you know, to get that to stick just using the art glitter glue or the Aleene's tacky glue, to get it to stick, because I have a layer of fabric that's like under it right here, and then it was paper over here, and it just kept lifting on the corners and stuff. But when I used that glue, it was amazing. It just, all I had to do was just kind of hold it down for a minute, and it just grabbed. So anyway, so that glue, I'm finding uses for that glue, and anyway, so I'm happy with it. Anyway, so let me show you what's in here. So you can see that, so this is a file folder. I added a little tab here. There is a magnet closure, and you'll see I just left the masking tape there. I covered my magnets with masking tape, and so that's all that I just thought it looked kind of cool, just leaving the masking tape. Normally I would cover that with some other kind of paper, but I thought it was just kind of neat. Anyway, so I took apart some of the little French ledger books that I got from Louise, and I have scanned what I wanted to scan from these. So I just, shared some pages. Some of these are incredible, like these little notebooks. Anyway, so each one just has like a whole collection, pretty varied selection of different types of ephemera, like some little ration books. This is a page from another little French notebook from Louise. Just lots of original ephemera. There's hardly anything in any of these other than the scrapbook paper type stuff that is digital. Like it's all original ephemera and stuff, and book pages. This was like a birthday book. So this right here, this little panel right here is actually covering the eyelets that I use, or the not the eyelets, the brads, like the paper holders. It's covering these, the other end of these that are from that little drawer pull. So they come through onto here, and so I covered those with this little panel, and then I just added a little pocket there. I didn't put anything in it, but anyway. And then I used a whole notebook. This was actually a doctor. This was his like note-keeping system. I bought, I think, about 18 of these little notebooks off of a seller on eBay a couple years ago, pre-COVID. Anyway, but I just love them. It's like all of the billing information, and then like the blood pressure and all that stuff. It's all the like relevant patient information in these little, notebooks, and I just love them. Anyway, so that flips out. This is one of those little slotted pockets. Some of the journals I put stuff in the pockets. Others I just put it in the book somewhere else, and so the pockets are empty, but they all pretty much have the same amount of stuff. So then I didn't want to bind these because I wanted you to be able to use the stuff that is, the pages. I wanted you to be able to use this stuff in other journals or whatever, but I also thought it would be nice if you could just use it as a journal, as a junk journal, as it is, so it's just really hard to say, every single item that's in here, but a lot of the little French notebooks that I've collected, I've taken apart and shared pages from those, and then some of the old readers. This was a French, like a diary, and there's little quotes on each page. And then this was there's a lot of French stuff in here, This was like an almanac. I think it was like I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the date, but pretty early, like 1923 or something. This is another French, like ledger book, like from some kind of shop. I don't know. I don't know. And then some of my favorite papers. This is another French ledger book, ledger page. This is the giant book that, I have to cut the pages way down to get them to fit in anything because it's so huge. Some music. It's not all French. This is English. This is French, like I think it's just like a novel. And then some of the bank ephemera that I've had for quite a while. Some of the handwritten stuff is in here. And then some other book pages that that I really love too. Like the dictionary. This is a French dictionary, or no, this was a French encyclopedia. Um, some more of the bank stuff. All of this banking ephemera was from like 1910 to about 1913, something like that. So these are all the like original letters and stuff. And then this is a stamp book, like a stamp collector's book. I left these pockets open like this because, if you wanted to use this paper some other way, I didn't want it to be stitched up or anything like that. And then I just added like a collection of, really cool old book pages that I would love to use for collage. A lot of old readers and math pages and stuff. Some of these botanical pages. Some more original ephemera, little receipts and notes and stuff. I added a couple pages from my very favorite ledger that is quite brittle to use as pages in a journal, but the writing is just amazing. I love it because it's all different colors of ink. Like some of it's purple, some of it's black, some of it's blue. Some of it's even in pencil. It's just a beautiful ledger book. Anyway, so I shared some pages from that ledger in here. And then these are just some little bags that I got from Louise. From like some little shop. Another page from, this was some like a diary or something. Some more ledger. This was a English ledger. Yeah, this is one. I think this might be the one that's from Oregon. Can't remember. And that really yummy, like, writing paper. Anyway, so you can see there's just a whole wide variety of different things. So I was only able to get 3 inserts in here, but there are 4 elastic bands. So if you were to make these smaller, then you could probably get 4 little notebooks in here if you wanted to, but they couldn't be as fat as these. So you can see it's just lots and lots of good stuff that you can use in all kinds of ways. And you can pull these pages right out if you want, like they'll just slide right out. Like a flowish journal, Then if anybody doesn't know what a flowish journal is, it started, there's a publication, it's called the Flow Book for Paper Lovers. I think that's what it's called. I've had a few of them. I kind of stopped buying them. They publish a certain number of them, and then they don't publish anymore for that year, but they put one out each year. Anyway, but the idea with the Flow Book for Paper Lovers is that the whole book is consumable. Like, it's intended to be torn apart and the paper be used in your projects and stuff, and even like the cover and stuff. They're really cool. And so a lot of people started kind of making their own flow books, and that's where the term a flowish journal, because it's flow like flow-ish, Anyway, I'm not sure, but I think Rosemary was the first person to sort of coin that, Anyway, I could be wrong, but she's the first person that I heard actually saying that, and she's made a lot of them, and Anyway, so I'm just kind of flipping through so you can just see what's in here. Lots of variety. Like I said, a lot of old original ephemera and stuff. This is really cool from some kind of shop. 1925 general merchandise. So it's like lemons and butter and, you know, there's some cotton, some soap, potatoes, you know. Anyway, I just love that kind of stuff. So that's in there. Some more book pages. This is some advertising from a grocery store. There's recipes on the back, but yeah, I was trying to see if I could tell where this was. Kilburn. I don't know where those came from. Honestly, don't remember where I got them. Yeah, so just lots of good stuff, you know. And of course, each one is going to be different, you know. And then the back also has that same flip out pocket. Oh, each one of these has a couple of love letters in there. Well, I don't know like how gushy they are, but they're letters from a soldier in, I think they go from like September, October of 1944 through, I think the last one I had was September of 1945, maybe October of 1945. So anyway, so there's a couple of them. And he was in the Navy, and he wrote home a lot. So, and it's really, I mean, I wish I had her letters, you know, that she wrote to him, to, you know, maybe put them together to see the conversation. But anyway, so there's a couple of, there's another one. Now this was a different one. This is a different couple. And he writes, he always addresses her as sweetheart. And then this guy, he calls her honey most of the time. Yeah, hello, honey. Anyway, I just think they're really cute, you know. I haven't actually read all of these letters. I sort of feel like it's, I don't know, like a peeping Tom almost reading those letters. But anyway, and then just an elastic closure. You can see the elastic goes through here. So if at any time you wanted to use something else to keep your journal closed, you know, you could thread it through here. Like if you wanted to use like a piece of seam binding or something like that instead of elastic, it would just go through the back like that. Okay. These are pretty chunky. Like, I mean, they're, you know, pretty full of stuff. And there is actually more stuff that I intended to put in them, but I just couldn't fit any more in there. And these were things that I wanted to add in after the fact, but I wanted to make sure and share some little glassine bags with you guys, some little glassine envelopes. So you can use some of those. I know that they're really cool. These are used glassine bags. Most of them are already used. This one I don't think was, but so they're kind of aged. You can see some aging on them. Probably not in this lighting. I have a hard time with my lighting in here during the day. Certain times of the day my lighting is really bad for video. But anyway, just a couple little bags, and then some of these little cards from Louise. So there are these little index cards that have like a grid design on it, or a grid pattern on them. and there is some writing on them. So you can see they all have like a grid design on them. And then a couple of little divider cards that I also got from her. And these little guys are really cool. You can actually this will slide out the little letter, or the little paper that's written on, and you can, I've gotten it out on some of them. Yeah, see, it'll come out, and then so you could put something else in there if you wanted to. Anyway, so just fun stuff. Let me show you the rest of them. And then I also wanted to show you, Louise did send me, she put together her Christmas pack that is already listed in her shop. So I'll show you what that looks like too. So anyway, so there's one of these little packs with the glassine envelopes and stuff for each one of these journals. Anyway, so this is number 4, okay? And this one is number 9, even though it says 7 there. It's actually number 9. And this one just has this really cool, like, pendant charm, kind of like rhinestone. It's actually, I forget what that's called, where it's just like the metal. I know what it is. Hematite. It's almost like hematite, but it's not. And they're just, all of the charms are just on a piece of ball chain too. And then there's their little collage. So they're all in kind of varying stages of distress, this frame part. And even some of the covers, one of the covers has some, like, you can see where the fabric is kind of lifted a little bit. But I don't mind that. Like, that wouldn't bother me at all if I was, and especially not if I was into junk journals, Anyway, so this is the other one, and there's what I did 10 photos of each journal in the listings. I did do 10 photos. This one says explore in the little panel there. What number is this? Number 9. This one says magic right here. And then this guy is number 3. And I put, this is a crystal from a chandelier. I went to an estate sale a long time ago, like maybe 8-10 years ago. Went to this estate sale, and the person that had passed was a chandelier repair person. Like, they repaired chandeliers. And so all of the crystals that they had were out for sale, and it was freaking crazy how many crystals they had. But there was only one bag of red ones. There was some orange ones too, and I really, really wanted the orange ones, but I just couldn't afford them. They were not cheap. But this was the only bag of red ones. And I was just trying to imagine, like, what a chandelier would look like with all red crystals, Anyway, so I think there's 2 of them that have the crystals on them. So this is number 3. There's the little collage, and then in the little panel it says original. So here's the inside, and you can see I used a lot of the Eclectica papers in here. And see, there's stitching all around the outside edges of that too, and that's just really helping to hold this on for good. Like, it's not gonna lift up at all. I'm really happy with how that worked. when I added those little flip out pockets. I'm very, very confident that they're sturdy. You know what I mean? And they're not gonna, over time, they're not gonna work their way off. And that's why I like to do the stitching too on a lot of my journals on the covers, is just to hold things together, you know. Anyway, so this is number 6, and she's got a crystal on her also. Okay, and it's got the original, you know, wire and stuff in there. See, that framework is in good condition on this one. You know, it didn't get that much wear. And this one says Fearless. And these also got sprayed too, so they're sealed. So there's the inside. And then here's the back. They all have just so much stuff in them, and it's all different, you know. And you really can't see, I mean, it's so limiting. You can only list 10 photos on Etsy, and it would take 3 hours to go through all of these journals. But so this is number 5, and this one has the little clock, the little butterfly like pocket watch. Did I tell you what number this was? This one was number 6. The one that I just showed you with the crystal is number 6. And the other one with the crystal is number 3. Sorry, I was forgetting to tell you that. And I don't think I told you guys the size on these. So they're 9.5 tall by about 6 1/4. And then the spine is really only about 1 1/4 inches thick, but obviously here it's wider. Anywho, so this is number 5, with the little clock. Here's the collage, and then this one says Possibilities in here. There's the inside of that, the front, and there's the inside of the back. Whoops. And the magnet just helps to, so it's not flopping around, you know. Yeah, that's number 5. And then it's funny, this is number 2, but it has a 5 in the collage, so that's kind of weird. But and this one has a little locket with these rhinestones or whatever. I didn't put anything in the locket. You know, it's not my journal, so you know, you can put whatever you want in the little locket. I don't remember where this came from. It's not old. It's made to look old, but it's not vintage. Anyway, so here's the little collage on this one. And then, did I tell you the number on this one? Yeah, number 2. And this one says Brilliant here. And here's the inside of the front. And the inside of the back. I'm sorry, I was out of frame on those other ones when I was showing you guys the back. Since I moved my desk, I rearranged my studio space a couple weeks ago. I haven't quite adjusted to like where my camera is. It's mounted on the ceiling again finally, but anyway, so this is number 8, and this one just has this big heart like pendant. Okay, it doesn't open or anything. It looks like it would be a pendant or some kind of little like a caged I don't know. Anyway, like a poison ring. Somebody commented like, poison ring? What the heck? Anyway, I don't remember why I was talking about a poison ring before, but anyway, so this one has this heart with the little rhinestone heart in it. And then here's the collage. And this one says Moments. in here. And here's the inside front. And inside of the back. All kinds of good stuff in these, you guys. I'm telling you. Okay, so this is number 7. And this one has another little locket. Again, I didn't put anything in there, but this one closes with a magnet. I think it's kind of cool. I've had this for quite a while. I don't know where it came from, though. Yeah, so this is number 7. Here's the little collage. And then it says, tell a story in there. And then here's the inside front. So this is like, you know, anyway. I'm not going to say it again, but it's all original ephemera and paper and stuff in here, except for the scrapbook paper that I used as kind of like the covers on these inserts. And then here's the inside of the back. Okay. I used a lot of the Craft Consortium papers in here, and then a lot of that 49 and Market scrapbook paper that is really nice. Like, it's really thick and sturdy paper. I mean, it's like the heaviest cardstock scrapbook paper I've ever had. It's really nice. If anybody watched, I did a haul video of scrapbook paper a long time ago. I think about a year ago, something like that. Anyway, okay, so that's the new collection of journals that are now listed in my Etsy shop. In the US, pricing does include shipping. These journals are kind of heavy, guys. So outside the US, they're more than 2 pounds. So that kind of puts them into a different class of shipping. Like, I don't think they can go first class out to outside the US. So yeah, so I don't know about pricing on shipping outside the US. It's not going to be, a lot of times it's like somewhere around $20 or $25. This might push it into the over $30 range. I don't know, but Etsy has it all figured out. So just check the pricing on shipping on Etsy for outside the US. Anyway, so let me just show you really quickly the little Christmas pack that Louise put together. And I will I'll put a link to my Etsy shop in the description, obviously. And I will also link her Etsy shop there so that you can go and see the other packs that she has too. And if you want one of these, you can grab one. Everything that she put in these little bundles is so cool. Like, you know, some of the stuff doesn't necessarily scream France or whatever, but you know that's where it came from. You know what I mean? And she just put so much attention into putting these together. And these are for Christmas. And I just think they're so cute. Like little red and green postage stamps, little French postage stamps. You know, I mean, she really put in a lot of effort. And I just think it really shows. Like, I just think that I don't do Christmas journals, so it's, you know, it's hard for me to get into it, you know what I mean? But if somebody is doing like a December daily or something like that, this stuff would give you some great, you know, add-on stuff, or, you know, ephemera to use. These are pieces off of little ornaments, and also from gift wrap that she had in her stash. And some of them are really cool. They've got like these little beads these little faceted beads. And, you know, and this is all vintage stuff. Look at this really cool, like, uh, like garland, you know, it's like little faceted gems, little pieces of, you know, red and gold ribbon. There's a little red button that has, it has like little birds on it. It literally has like little birds on it. It's really cute. It's hard for me to show you this camera. Sometimes this camera. Anyway, it's the lighting. And then the little, my French is terrible, so I can't say it, but they're like Merry Christmas little and New Year's cards. So it looks like there's, gosh, there's about 5 of them in here. These are so cool. And they're all written on little, little, you know, holiday wishes. These, yeah, I don't know. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see any years or anything. But so there's like a whole selection of those. And then she did put some English Christmas cards in here too that she had in her stash. So some old English ones too. And then happy Merry Christmas, Noel, you know, look at these little postcards. So cool for you know, like a December daily or any kind of Christmas theme journal. Or it doesn't even have to be the whole journal. It could just be that time of year in your journal, you know, if you wanted just a little bit of really, really special ephemera to use in your journal around that time of the year. Anyway, so these are old like champagne wine labels, like authentic champagne, you know, for New Year's, you know. And she had like a whole collection of those. So she included, there's at least 5 in here. And then a couple pages from some ledgers, some notebooks, another red button from December. And then she included some blank pages too that were from a vintage ledger also. So it's just some nice, you know, nicely aged ledger paper. And some more little cards. And she said that she's added even more to these packs since she sent this to me. And I've had this, so just little bits of little ribbons. And I told her that, you know, us junk journalers, we like little bits. We like, you know, a variety of, you know, little things to use. Like this would be great to use just, you know, on a pocket in your journal or something like that. And obviously, you know, napkins. Everybody loves napkins. Anyway, oh, and this was an old, just an old brown paper bag that would be great to use as a page in a journal. Some sort of Christmas themed fabric, vintage fabric. This is really pretty. This would be great for, you know, just to use as a cover. You know, cover a file folder with that and make yourself a little December daily with that. I wish I was into journaling. And then this is, what did she tell me about this? This is a children's, hold on a second. Let me look at the, she gave me a lot of details about this, and I want to, hold on. Okay, so she said, so you can read in the description on her listing. but she did make some changes from this pack. She added to it. So she says each pack may differ from photos, however, will contain same number of items. Items are original, so there may be some signs of age and slight rips. The pricing is going to be 46 euro and $9 or 9.50, almost 10 euro for shipping. But you can use the coupon code Jessica for 10% off her entire shop, both of her shops. She has two shops. She's got Foreverfrenchpaper and Foreverfrench everything else. Although there is paper stuff in the first one too. She's going to make a smaller set also, like a smaller bundle also. So she sent me this bundle, and then she made a smaller one that is a little bit less money. And you'll have to look in her shop to see the smaller ones. She's got 6 of these all together right now. I think she said... Okay, the star of the collection is a pair of Les Noël magazines dated 1905. It's a French children's magazine full of stories and music. Each magazine has approximately 32 pages. So this bundle that she sent me only has 1 of these, but apparently the bundles that she's got in her shop actually has 2 of these magazines. Okay, so that's different than what I got. I guess she found some more or something. So yeah, so you'll get 2 of this of these Christmas themed magazines. These are all like Christmas themed. So okay, so I just wanted to share that with you guys. And don't forget to use that coupon code if you purchase anything from Louise. And as a reminder, if the code doesn't work, just send her a message, and let her know that the code's not working on a certain item that you want to purchase or something. And I hope she doesn't mind, but Louise is always willing to work with people on holding something or reserving an item for you. And also just want to throw this out there that I don't know if any of you guys have ever used Klarna on Etsy, but I think there's a minimum purchase amount in order for a purchase to qualify to use Klarna for monthly payments. So you can, say if you wanted to buy items from 2 or 3 different shops, you can do that all in one purchase and finance it on Klarna. So if there's something that maybe you don't have $300 to spend on something right now, most people will qualify to pay monthly payments on Klarna. So, and it tells you how much your payments will be and stuff. And I think it's really low interest, or some of them are 0 interest even. So I'm just saying, if you see some stuff in Louise's shop that you'd like to buy to use or whatever, and you just can't swing it, I mean, right away, she's always willing to hold things for you, or, so you can, pay her, over time, or you can do it with Klarna. And so just as an example, you could buy something from Louise's shop and buy one of my journals all in one purchase and just finance it using Klarna. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to encourage anybody to go into debt, but sometimes we want what we want, and I just want you guys to know, in case you've never used it, I use it. I've used it on Etsy a few times, mostly when I was buying yarn. But anyway, okay, I'm just blabbering on now. I hope I didn't forget anything. I hope you guys appreciated or I know you always appreciate stuff, but I hope that you enjoy the bundles, the flour sack or cornmeal bag bundles. Let me know if you're just completely disappointed with the bag that you got. You know, I mean, I don't have any more bags, but I could probably send you some more digital, you know, images of the bags that I've had, so that you could use those. You know what I mean? I know there were 2 people that were disappointed in the bags that they got because they were brittle, and I know that they are, but there are some solutions to deal with that too. So I did talk about that in, I think, the 3rd video in the series. Maybe it was the 2nd video, I don't remember. But there are ways of reinforcing that paper and making it more stable and more sturdy, so that you can use it. You know, they're not unusable. You just have to take some steps to, you know, kind of take care of them. But anyway, that's completely off the subject. But these are listed active. Louise's kits are active. I don't know how many of the small ones she's got, or what the pricing is on the smaller bundles. But she did try to give a good variety in those smaller ones too. So anyway, and don't forget, just use the coupon code Jessica in both of Louise's shops. Okay? All right, guys. I love you. Thanks for watching. And I appreciate you very much. Very, very, very much. Okay. Bye for now.